Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 447 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad Hotel. With me, as always, is
York King of Paintball. How's it going tonight, boys?
Fan.
Bradley, you're in here nice and hot and all excited.
What's going on? It's almost like I'm on new medication. It's fantastic. The world is brighter.
Yeah, how is that? You're enjoying yourself?
It is legitimately like the movie Limitless. The world got really bright, and I became extremely productive. So that was fun.
That's great, eh?
Yeah. So that was super fun. I had a ton of fun doing that. Sorry, I'm really loud in my headphones.
We got some pretty cool guests.
Yeah, we got Quinn down there, and then we just got like New York Khaos. So let's get unmute boys, unmute.
Unmute boys, unmute.
He's gonna be playing the toggle thing because he's getting some feedback.
Yeah, I'll just keep unmuting and muting as we're going through the conversation. But hey, everybody, we're New York Khaos. I mean, not all of us. There's a whole mob of us that's not on camera at this moment, but we're out here. My name's Oscar. Everyone else calls me O. Mike is up in here. Mike Reed. And then we got our boy.
Yo, what's up,
Q,
what's
or
up,
the what did they say about you on the Major League Paintball live stream?
Swaggy.
Bonus, confirmed swag, confirmed bonus baller, all those things. Yeah. Yeah, New York Khaos, we're here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man, boys, I'm excited to have you on. I'm excited to talk to you about. But before we do that, before we get into all that, we do have to pay some bills. So, Tom, you want to do that for us?
Well, first of all, it's nice to have everybody back here this weekend. We are coming up on D-Day. It is finally upon us. We've got just about 7 days. Brad and I are going to be on the road to the greatest game in party in Canada for paintball. 3 days starting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you definitely want to be there. The Commando D-Day Tipman Challenge is the best party of the year. Moncton Paintball is still my home and my love. My King's Forest is starting to bloom nicely. They've got weekly walk-ons doing their thing, and Street Ball the week after D-Day. What are you giggling about over there?
Just the King's Forest.
I can't see. Oh, my cat. Oh, my King's. It's all shot to hell, man. They've like trimmed all the trees now because everybody keeps shooting at them. What else? We got some more housekeeping. Be a mensch, buy some quench. Use the product code Maritime Paintball Podcast.
You got
Get
it, buddy.
15% off, 10% off.
15%.
Oh my God! It's like I'm almost. Yes, beautiful. Last weekend was the SNL game. They raised just shy of $7,000.
Yeah, it was
for
like
the IWK in
Halifax,
which is
fantastic. IWK. Oh, for those who don't know, the IWK
that's beautiful.
Amazing children's hospital in Halifax. Fantastic. Not my daughter actually has a specialist there, so
Yeah, right. I've got a couple nephews and nieces that have done a little bit of time in there, so it's a great hospital and it's a great cause. They work really hard to raise that money. So, and it was rainy as hell, so they were awesome to go out there and do that.
Yeah.
What else have we got, Bradley? Who are we thinking of? Cat's Customs. Buy yourself a very fancy beaver stylized headband, just because I love Cat and everybody needs. Yeah, I know. General Creepus, Simon, the Starman, insisted that he be here, so I'm going to pick him up tomorrow.
Love it. And then
what else are we missing, Bradley?
Intensity Customs.
Oh, yes, Intensity Customs. Paintball dirt too.
Paintball dirt. So yeah, if you're going to be at D-Day at the end of the month, Intensity Customs has something very cool that is podcast related that's showing up. Very excited for that.
I just saw them, so I'm definitely hyped.
Right, they're awesome, and they do come in size fat. So we're gonna be wearing them.
Well, yeah.
Whatever.
Know what I am.
It's fine. No biggie. So with that out of the way, so we got New York Khaos on, who the our friend Kat from Cat's Custom.
I have lost audio.
She shot me a message. She's like, "Yo,
good God,
do you want to have on a team?"
She's like, "Yo, shout out to Kat."
Oh, go ahead.
No, just shouting out Kat. Right. Shout out Kat.
Kat's
awesome.
Wonderful.
She's amazing.
She's legit. Right.
Kat's awesome. Awesome.
She messaged me on Facebook. She's like, "Yo, you want to have a team on of just a bunch of rec players who decided to dip their toe into into the NXL and then they took home the W?" I was like, "That sounds like the ultimate underdog story." So yeah, We do. Like, I was like, I'm just like this.
For sure.
It sounds like what was it? The late '90s? Yeah, the late '90s, early 2000s. It was like there was a hockey movie, like there was the Mighty Ducks. Then there was the baseball movie. God, I can't remember the name of it. But it was like all of these movies came out of these ragtag sports teams put together. Like it was a whole thing for like 5-6 years. I was like, dude, this is the paintball version of that. Let's go. So, and huge shout out to everyone showing up from VPL, from Virtual Paintball League. I can see them flowing into the chat there. I got them on YouTube. I can see them there. I'm going to be actually commentating on Saturday with the event they're hosting. So that's going to be dope. You're going to be able to watch me show just how little I truly know about paintball. I'm all talk. That's it. So very excited. So fellas.
And beard.
And I'm all talk and beard. I'm more beard than talk. Regale us with stories. So how was it? Like, walk me through it. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
Gotcha. Okay, so being that you mentioned VPL, I want to give a shout out to Paintball Playground. That's cool because it's funny. A lot of because we're in New York and in the city, me and Mike's in the city, and the rest of our guys are out in Long Island, and we don't have that kind of access to standard size paintball fields, 150 by 120. I practice a lot on Paintball Playground. I practice my snap drills and my off the break drills of it. So shout out to if those who are on Paintball Playground watching, you will remember me as O_of_hit him. All right. So now you guys get to finally see me. But all right, stories. And Q, you could feel free to jump in at any moment where I may be incorrect or you have an exciting part, and we're gonna talk about that basketball. Anyway, so just flashback all the way back. We started rec ball. It was just Call of Duty style. I loved it. Got connected with my boy Michael I've known for a very long time. We ended up on a rec ball field called High Velocity in Long Island. So we met Q. We'll go to all that story stuff going deeper down this line of this wonderful live stream. Flash forward, we got all of our rec ball guys together. We did Tampa, NXL Tampa, and when we got up in there, a bunch of guys who were just shooting at each other at the woods or in broken down helicopters and all that. We found ourselves at this field called Hornets Nest Xtreme, upstate New York, Ackramdale.
Yep.
They love us out there. That's our home field. Yeah, Steve is Steve Ross. That's our guy right there. Yeah, cute.
Fantastic guys.
And they took us on. We had a few drill nights with Josh Taylor. Sometimes we bumped into Pat Kraft, Tim from X Factor, Harris Hussein up in Capitol at one point. But we just gave it a shot. We just started really grinding hard and practicing. We didn't have any like direct coaching. Like we don't have a coach. We just figured it out. We watch videos. We do VR. We I'm gonna try to watch my language as best I can. We talk smack to each other. We pick each other up.
Screw it. We're doing it live.
Live. So yeah. So then we were like, okay, let's do NXL. We trained for Tampa. Went out there. Flew out there. Airbnb took third. We were like, oh snap! Maybe we could do this. We could really do this. Wow. So then, Atlantic City was coming up. We're like, wow, we're gonna end up doing Atlantic City. It's across the bridge, a few hours out. Let's do it. So we were out there already. Q was out there handling business otherwise.
Shout out Filthy.
Yep, shout out Filthy. Q was picked up by Filthy to do some X ball, Division 5 X ball. Flash forward to his shout out of getting second place with Filthy. Well, we get out there and we see the competition, and you know the culture of Major League Paintball, Speedball. It's diabolical, to say the least. They're monsters out there. You know, it's all fun and laughs on the rec ball field, but you get and it's all cool on regionals too. There's some that extent of that greasy, really hardcore paintball player. But man, when you get to NXL and when you get to NX, yeah, it's a different story. Atlantic City is like Tampa was cool, and they were very welcoming. It was nice. Even the other team was like, "Oh, good luck." No, we got to Atlantic City. They saw us. They were like, "Oh, what?"
It's your backyard here.
Yeah, and we didn't have a day 1 or day 2 or day 3 really. We were there other days to meet and connect and show love to our sponsors. Shout out to Hormesis, our main sponsor, as you can see. Shout out to Carbon, Virtue, Bunker Kings, love JT, GI. We only shoot GI, all the good things. So anyway, Sunday was our event. We've seen everybody playing Friday. We've seen everybody playing Saturday. We watched the pros. And, man, we're just like, this is going to be a fight. But, good thing the weather's nice until Sunday hit on our event.
Oh, my God.
Man, when I say you heard on deck New York Khaos, we were just like, all right, this is going to be crazy. Everyone got their rain lids. Some of us was like, all right, let's keep the speed feeds. He was like, not at that. Put on the rain lids because your paint's going to get messed up. All this stuff. We start the first match at, it was scheduled for 9:24 a.m. on Sunday. Good thing it wasn't one of those like 7:30 a.m. fights. We get up. I joke, you not. 10 seconds. Then the buzzer hits. Fat. When I say all of us had a major struggle getting off that mud on that first round between Q just flopping onto the snake side, our boy Dylan, he's our young lad, our only young lad that's been competing. Shout out Dylan. He's playing as
shout out to Go.
Q's too.
Shout out to
Dylan is a beast. His feet get a little stuck. Ant is our one on the D side.
Base plate.
He broke off like early, like it was bad. Caleb, our boy from Orlando, Ant's boy from way back. It was a sticky situation, and my gun was not working for 5 seconds. I'm the home.
Whoa.
That first round did not go how we intended to. For other reasons I shall not say, but let's just say we lost that point. We get off. Regroup. Our boy Eddie, Marvin, B, everybody, Steve, our boy David who came to support. Everybody's like, no, this is not happening. Pick your faces up. Q was like, nah, this ain't happening. And again, for other reasons I shall not say, but Q was like, we're not losing no more. We're not losing no more. We know what we're doing. We know what to do. We played this. We practiced this in the rain just last week. No, we're not losing any points going forward. We get to the next point. No jokes. We won every prelim round after that.
Every single one. When
I say the fight, and I'm not saying it was easy either. It was a hell of a fight. Especially those TCP Nano Machine kids. Kids.
Nano Machine.
Off in Tampa. They got second place in Tampa. These kids are like 10, 11, 12. And shout out to TCP Nano Machine. Them kids got heart. They're hard to hit because they're all under 4 feet tall. Almost my height. No, they're all under 5 feet tall. They're not that good, right? But they're great. Families are great. But, man, when I say every point, we were locked in. And because it was 5-man and not X-ball, we were playing a different team every round, with the exception of the team we played against in the first round. We played them again in the 8th round because there wasn't enough teams to circle through a different team all the way through to the last team. So, I mean, we were communicating what we learned from how we play is have a conversation on the field. We didn't come up with all this traditional paintball language and all this training. I'll go straight to the gusto. Us on this screen right now haven't played speedball any longer than maybe a year and a half. And in actual paintball, this is my second year playing paintball at all. And yeah. So it's crazy. We get up there and it's we say we're hardcore New Yorkers. I mean, I live in Harlem, grew up in the Bronx. Mike is in Harlem. He went back and forth. Q is out in LI, and we're not talking about the Hamptons. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, oh.
The access is crazy.
Damn.
So
Real New
no,
Yorkers.
Q's good. He lives good. You see his setup and all the medals. Yeah, but everybody, our team did not go through the traditional training and coaching like leadership like all these other teams do with these digital playbooks on their iPads, and they're running all these different plays. Yeah, we do all that, but not the way all these other teams do it. It's a very the best way I can say is a very street smart way that we play. We were just looking out for our brothers on the field. I'm yelling my behind off. I'm yelling off top of my lungs. I killed a snake off the break. Q sees a guy walking off into the pit. He's like, yo, we killed the snake. We got him. And I'm just yelling, 54, 54. Kill the snake. Kill him. We just did not stop talking. Ant with his boy Caleb on the D side, running down that D side. Dylan holding down that can. If you know the layout, if you don't, just go to Guns Up, please. I don't want to explain the layout. Guns Up, NXL, Atlantic City, 2025. Dylan's holding down that can. If we lost Q, which did not happen often, Dylan just filled out. And I can tell you that most of the points we won in prelims, 5 or 4 bodies were still alive on our side.
Beauty.
Damn.
Most of them.
Beauty.
Yeah, most of them. We had, I think, 2 matches where some crazy stuff happened. Where Dylan, I don't know the player that they referenced, but Dylan did this crazy play when we lost Q on the snake side, and it was the thing that ended this match. I can't remember who we were playing, but there was like 3 bodies on the other side of the field. One in the snake, who's tucked in there, one at the home, and one on the D side. And Dylan is on the outer beam. I think he started in the outer beam, right?
Actually, it was newbies.
Don't say it. I'm sorry, man. Got to, But shout out to newbies. They're great guys. So Dylan is on one side of snake beam. I call out, he's on snake 2. He's on the 2. Dylan hops the beam. The guy sees Dylan hop the beam on the snake. What Dylan does is crosses the bunker, hops the other side of the beam. He hops the beam again and runs down and totally peppers this guy.
He hops at least like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. He hopped like a few times. I think I may have it wrong, Dylan. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but you hopped the beam a lot of times. When the guy got up, he was just like,
he was so.
And then Dylan wipes out the rest of them.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Just
And
sounds
there's
like the
one
dude just
moment
went.
we make it to the semifinals against the guys. Yeah,
He went gremlin mode is what he
And
did. He just went
I know
full
we're all supposed to be
gremlin.
focused on.
Gremlin mode is what he did. He went full gremlin.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're all supposed to be focused on the field, right? We're all supposed to remain eye on the prize. When he did the hops, I said,
You still got to be players.
and I'm looking on the other side, and our guys are duking it up. And I look on the sideline, and I see I'm like, on the fence is just like, it's like, wow, amazing. And all you hear is bass.
So, sorry, not to derail you, but what's
crazy.
this? This comment popped up. Q losing hoppers and 2 balling. What is this? What is?
Yo.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get to that. So semis. So this is another one of those moments where it was a part of just the result of us making it past the semis. So of course we make it to semis, and Caleb just texted me. He said when Dylan did that, he said, "Oh, on the other side, on the D side." It's funny, but anyway, we make it to semis, and we're motivated. We're hot. Our momentum's up, and shout out to our guys off the field. Like, we had a full playing roster of 8, and that's a cap. But our guys are like, yo, keep going. You're hot.
Yeah. We
want to win. Don't worry. We'll get me on the field more time. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Marvin. Shout out to Mike. Everybody. In pits, everything. So semis hit. We're thinking, okay, we're about to play the guys that we just lost in the first round, but then at the last round, that we dominated that round. So first round happens. We win that point. We're like, okay, great. And we won that with a bit of an attitude.
Okay.
Second round hits. We did not win that point. We're like, oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
And now it's now it's raised to 2 because it's 5-man format. So after the prelims, it's not X ball. So, we just lost one.
Yeah.
Oh, we could lose this whole thing. Whenever that happens, you could depend on Q to be like, no, we're winning. This now is gonna go. Do your jobs. You see Q on camera all the time. He is like our mouthpiece for camera. He's great for camera. Q, you need to show your face more. You lift your head. You're on camera. So,
I was laughing.
So
You said we the mouthpiece.
Third round, pause. Third round of this match in semis. So Q, we all survive off the break. I did get a kill off the break. But when Q dives, and again, it was downpour. It was not a fun Sunday on Reg Ball, rentals, Titmans, all that. This was a nightmare. Q's hopper goes down. I'm at home. I'm like, is Q still alive to Dylan? He's like, yeah, he's still alive. I had no idea this was going on. You could hear on the side of what's happening? So Q, you want me to further explain, or do you want to say?
I get this hopper from my boy, and I remember I looked at him and asked him, I was like, yo, is there batteries in this hopper? Is it fully charged? And he goes, yeah. So when I dive in to Snake 1, I go and I start shooting, and I see the light on it, and the light turns off. He goes, there was dirt in it, but the hopper really died. I know it did. So I take the hopper off, I open up the top, the rain lid on the top, and I'm just loading 1-2 balls into the hopper. And I'm like, man, I know the kid who we're playing, he's at the 50. I know he's trying to run me down. I know he's just trying to get in our Snake 2, so I'm just holding our Snake.
And he's in our 3. He's in the Snake 3. Q's in the 3.
Now I'm at the 3 at this point. So then I'm just waiting on him, and then I'm loading 1-2 balls. I peek out because I was about to go. I hear O scream out because he finally sees me. He's like, no, no, go. So I hop back in the bunker, and I'm just sitting there posted. I hear everybody on the side, they're out of air. They're just waiting to see. The kid sends he puts 2 hoppers into the bunker. Once he stopped, I checked. Yeah, I had 2 shots in my hopper. I put my hand over the top of the neck. I run down. I shoot my first shot. He's at the 50. I shoot my first shot. I miss. I instantly start crying. I'm like, I sold. Oh no!
You slapped the bunker with that first shot.
Go off my tippy toes. Shoot the next shot. I face this kid. We trade out. I hold my gun up, and then all I see. As I'm walking off, Dylan comes sprinting and refills my spot. We end up winning, and then we go to the finals. It was awesome.
Amazing.
That moment, yes, it was crazy. So if for further imagination, you can see we have footage of him loading the hopper. Not the hopper, the feed net. The hopper's gone. Forget the hopper.
Just one ball in the feed net.
Yeah, so he's putting the ball in. He takes another ball. He's looking at the quality of the ball.
Making sure there's no dirt there. Making sure
Is this a clean ball?
You can tell he's like, is it the hopper? Is it the dirt? What happened? So he, on the camera, you see he's literally like this. And our boy Marvin, he took the shot. So our media guy did not capture the kill, but Marvin on the sideline, you see the dude and the Snake 50 shoot inward. I'm like, he's shooting inside. He's shooting inside. Q, you see him hop, he goes, boop, boop, and
that was the highlight of the day.
It was crazy. Then Dylan filled in. Another Snake player guy tries to fill into the Snake, and then there's a guy in D corner. This guy's trying to shoot crazy at Dylan. I snapped out, saw that he was shooting. I went back in, snapped back out, put one right on the guy's head top. Dylan just got up. We got him. Kill the thing. Ran down, shoots a D corner who was crossing D1. Dylan just does this and skip. Point.
On the way to the pro field.
It was crazy.
On the way to the pro field.
Amazing.
That was that musket ball moment with Q.
That is hands down the best. That is hands down.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, we were doing so well. We were being so entertaining, and that sounds crazy. We're being so entertaining.
No, not at
But
all. Being entertaining is half the
thing
fun.
is-
You win the game, but you got to do it with some style.
So Kat was riding out with us. Kat was with us, capturing everything. We had our hired media guy, Corbin Pointer shot.
Shout out to Goat.
Shout out to you. And then we had Hormesis, a media guy. Hormesis sent us a media person, and people were just hearing about how we were playing. So more people started coming in, and we had some people around our pits. The thing is, we understand what the stigma. we understand the stigma of paintball teams in their pits, and they're all militant, and they're cursing each other out, and they're talking trash about the other guys.
Oh, they suck. They're
We're
no fun.
laughing. We're like, we can't believe that happened. We're chilling. We can't lose that, our personality, our like core, our soul of how we are, because who we are off the field is how we are on the field too. I mean, yeah, when we're on the field, we're on a 1,000. We're on go time. Like, then the aggression truly comes out, but off the field, it's like that same lax like energy, that chill and real energy.
Dude,
you know, so
we
were getting a lot of love from other teams.
If one of your boys goes out and manages to snap somebody out with no hopper by feeding a ball through the feed net, whether you go home with a trophy or not, you won. You won the day. Like, people are going to be like, I
100%.
ran down Dorito, or I jumped into Snake and I wiped out. And you'd be like, yeah. But you had a hopper. Like,
yeah, and that move went across the whole event. Like, there was that going across, and then we have from Hornets Nest, another team, Public X Enemy. Shout out to them. They're another team sponsored by Hornets Nest, and they were showing love. Like, they one of the guys told me that he just sent me a text. He's like, "Yo, man, so." She was out here musketballing people. And people from our last team we was with we were New York Infectious last year, me, Mike, and Q. And our boy Aaron was like, "Yo, dude, did Q musketball?" They went across. It was like one of them doves with the letter and stuff. Just going across the whole field. But anyway, yeah. So that was crazy. And sorry, I digress. We make it to the pro field. So we didn't know we were going to the pro field. This is, again, we don't know anything. We're ignorant of this. This is, wow, Major League Paintball. We're not out in the woods. So I took a good deal of learning my way around PB leagues, and I saw on the schedule it says the field, pro field. And I was like, huh, does that mean we actually go to pro field? So I talked to the staff. I'm like, hey, is finals happening here? Or like, are you playing for third or fourth? I'm like, no. And they're like, then you're going to pro field. I was like, we're going to pro field. Yeah. We packed our stuff. We got ready. It started. We were like, you know what? Let's wait a little bit. We're chilling. Let's just talk. Let's relax. Steve was great at giving us some great motivational speeches. The Mel Gibson in Braveheart of the.
It was really a movie. It really, never rained harder.
Yeah, it was really a movie. It seems like you boys did it. Yep. He said, what was it? Your flow. I forgot how he's saying, but
he put it in the chat.
Steve has many phrases that should stick with everybody.
Oh, he put it in the chat. Your game, your flow.
There we go. Your flow, your game. He kept saying, "Yep, your game, your flow." Right. And we got it saying, we say, keep it. Like that's what we say. We keep winning, and we're really, we got this momentum going on. Q just looks at me, and goes, "Yo, keep it." Oh, I'm like, "Yo, keep it." We all just yell, "Keep it." So we kept it. We went to the pro field. The downpour started happening again. No one was happy, waiting, and then we saw PB Fit win. That was crazy, and it was unreal seeing that we were lugging our drenched wagons and stuff into the pro field pits, and we were on the home side. We were all like, "Whoa, this is crazy! We're actually in the pro field tent. Like, this is a dream come true." Then it's like, 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, we just got here, 10 minutes. And so Steve was like, walk the field. So we did walk the field real quick. And our boy Ant was like, No, man, we know this field. Come on, let's go. We did this already. Let's go. Go back in the pits. You get in the pits. Newbies is the team. Again, shout out to them. They put up a hell of a fight. We're talking our stuff. We're just like, yo, we already beat them in the prelims. Let's put it on the same way. Let's make it happen. So, first round start is getting ready. 1 minute, right? 60 seconds, whatever it says. I keep forgetting. I'm new, guys. 20 seconds. Then it gets 10 seconds. I almost forgot that on the pro field, you don't hear the beeps interim between the 10 seconds and the buzzer. So we had to remind each other, hey, guys, there's no beeps in between. So wait for the buzzer. For 10 seconds.
That's a long 10 seconds.
In my head, and you could see we dapped each other all, pounded each other's fists. That sounds crazy. We did all the things. We did all the things. Stop you. We did all the things. We were just hyped. So then we hear the 10 seconds, and man, we know you don't get in position to start the break at 10 seconds. We're all chill. We're ready. Closer to the buzzer. We're counting in our heads, but we're waiting for the buzzer. Man, everybody just got in their positions. Locked in. That buzzer goes off. Boy, when I tell you, my gun got up so fast, and I just peppered the snake runner. You see the mist on the live stream. I didn't know that I got it. I can just shoot it. Q dives the way that he dives. Either it's a straight dive slide or it's a flop and he still somehow makes it. Again, streets, so we didn't get trained the right way, guys. We learned how to run before crawling. So Q gets in there. Dylan makes it to the can. Caleb, unfortunately, did not make it to his bunker, but he was heading over to D corner, and Ant fills out to the Aztec, or the bunker that was left of our home. We will not call out our codes. Bless you. So once the snake player started walking off, Hugh just yelled out. He said, "Hey, killed one." Dylan's yelled out, "Killed one." I'm like, "All right, 54." I see Caleb walking off. I'm like, 44! 44! Oh no! So Q is making it up to the snake side. Dylan's holding him down. Ant was fighting two guys on the D side. Eventually the home broke out to a left bunker. Ant is fighting three guys on the D side. Ant is yelling at my mirror.
I'm fine.
D1. It's Ant is fighting everybody. I look over. I'm like, Ant, you gotta go. Ant just finds the gap, the rhythm, breaks out to the D corner, snaps out, kills the guy on the wire instantly.
Beauty.
You on the camera, it's on camera. He goes, get. He just does it. Q is handling business on the snake side. We just run down the whole rest of the fight, and it didn't become like a crazy like back and forth action movie kind of thing. We started really playing at a good pace on that round. Like we were up on the bodies. We ended up on the bodies soon after we lost our guy and killing the other guy, and just started making our way up the field. But Q did make it to their Snake 1 bunker, and their home actually was still in there. I don't know what happened.
They had a home.
But I thought you guys made this up. But anyway, their home actually was still in there. Now I think back. And
home in a D corner.
Right, D corner home, and there was a D2, and I did kill that D2.
Yeah.
Ant kept him in. So then Q makes it all the way to the snake and just lights the home's foot up, starting at the foot or his pack, whatever you can see. Then eventually you hear, like, I don't know what it is about the pro field, but them refs got loud, boy. They got loud. So this guy gets up. I guess Q somehow didn't hear player, and this guy's back turns into Picasso. And then you hear it on the live stream when we look back, you hear Maddie go, "Yep, certified swag, certified bonus baller, confirmed bonus baller, confirmed swag on 1,000." And they recognized him from his filthy match. But yeah, second round goes, we start. That was tough, the second round of the finals, because we incurred a penalty. Ant got hit, I think, and the flag went up. They pulled Caleb. Our D side is blown out. Q made it into the snake. He had an awesome slide into the snake. I got that clip on our IG. It's like he's sideways and he's swimming, and he makes it through. Dylan makes his bunker. I'm home. I killed nobody off the break. Sucks for me and us. But then Q started making his way up, killing the D side on the cross, and then I'm not gonna do this to these guys because they fought well. Something happened on the snake side that just was a bit crazy.
I tried to trade out on this kid on the snake too. My gun jams. And I don't trade out with the kid. He's still in, but he's on his back in the snake too. He ran from the home to come get me. He's laying there. Yeah,
The
he's
other guy,
laying on his
the
back,
other
and his guy comes over, and Maddie said it on the announcer. He said, "Man, the guy assassinated him," and he came through and gave his own guy like 10. It was crazy.
Yeah. So okay, fine. That's what happened. Yes, Q's gun went down to bunker him out, and then the refs called Q out. They're checking the guy who's on his back, belly up. Man, it's just unfortunate that happened to those guys. Again, they fought well. And it was raining like crazy, so I could understand where he couldn't tell that it was Q walking off and not his boy. He probably thought it was his boy walking off because that's a dead-on bunker. That's a dead-on bunker. The guy definitely ran from the home or the D side and runs on the snake beam inside. The guy's on the outside, just like this. Guy puts his marker over the beam and just rips him apart. If you go on Major League Paintball, all right, and you have an account, look at the Sunday set. I think it's set 7. It says New York Khaos newbies, and it says also High Rollers versus NMI. That was a great game. But anyway, we end up losing that one. I killed somebody off the D side. The guy who ran and killed his own guy killed me before that happened. And it ended up being on 1-on-1 with that guy who assassinated his guy versus Dylan. And the guy killed Dylan. Cool. It hit us again. We're in 3rd round. We're about to go 3rd round. We're waiting for the next match to go. With NMI and High Rollers. And we have to change it up because the first round we lost Caleb off the break. 2nd round we had a penalty. So Caleb and I, when the layout was released, we discussed an original play how we're going to play. A lot of people were doing the whole like spread out thing in the earlier divisions, the D5, D4s. But as we got closer to the higher division, D3, D2, semi-pro, and semi-pro and pro, we saw the breakouts were 2 at home, right? And shooting both lanes and spread out someone on the snake side and someone on the can, the 2 can snake side. So Caleb and I were talking about a similar breakout before, but that wasn't our breakout for the whole event. I was the only one at home, 2 on D side, 2 on snake side. We did a 2-1-2 split. So this one was like, yo, Caleb, let's do what we talked about and let's hold it down. Let's get these players, let's get our guys up. He was going to still run for the snake. Dylan's going to hit the can. Ant is going to hit the Aztec next of home. We're not going to get killed off the break. That's not happening. So we get back on the field and points, 10 seconds, silence. I can tell all of us is there like, this is it. It's now or never.
Yeah.
So buzzer goes off. Shots between me and Caleb just crossed the field. The other team did the same thing. Q made it into his bunker. They thought he got hit off the break, but Q is a very hard target to hit. He doesn't gain weight. He's always playing basketball. He's a slithery snake.
That's the secret.
He makes it. Dylan makes it to the can. Ant quickly makes it to the Aztec near the home. So we're just shooting. What did you say, Q, before we got in there? Don't stop shooting.
Take 12 pods if you need.
Don't stop shooting. Don't stop shooting. But I'm saying, and it was like all of us had anywhere from 7 to 10 pods.
Q shows up and field owners are just like, excellent. We're going to make some money tonight, boys.
12 on your back.
Well, Q is the one making everybody buy everything else. So they look at him like, okay, he's going to have everybody buy a bottle here. You know? So, man, we're all posted where we're posted. And eventually, we're just waiting. Like, the other team is holding their line, just like we are. We knew that whoever breaks their line was going to be who starts going down on bodies first, as usual, right? It's about, we already talked about this. It was like, okay, it's whoever loses patience first and loses their comfortability is going to start losing their bodies. I mean, yeah, that's common sense, but it's different when we're on the field and shooting all these. We were just waiting, anticipating, like, do we go? No, we were all just shooting, filling, lid. How many times did we pour paint onto a rain lid because it was raining? We forgot that we didn't have speed feet on. You know, so they had opportunities to make it past our lanes because of that. But anyway, so eventually one of the other players from home, Ant is shooting. He's shooting inward from the D side Aztec next to the home. Caleb is shooting outward. It's right cross to half. The guy from the other side gets out the home, tries to run up to the middle, and slices him in half, cuts him in half. All you heard was, kill one! We knew what time it was. They realized they lost one. Their line started breaking. And eventually moves out. Now, this snake player on the newbies is solid. Dude is solid. If he got in there, he was solid. Caleb makes it out to the Aztec, filling in, and finally becoming Ant's official 2 on the D side. Q makes it up to the 3. Is it 3 or no? You're on the 2. You're on the 2. You're on the snake 2 on that wedge. So Dylan stays on that can. Dylan's job, just like any 2's job. Correct me if I'm wrong, paintball community. We don't know nothing. We play in the woods.
We're faking it.
Dylan's job was to stay at the can. Yeah, our plan's working. So Dylan was to stay at the can and make sure Q stays alive or keep icing that bunker and just let me know what's happening. So their snake players on their snake 3, I could see the mist shooting across at Caleb. Caleb is a tall dude. He's not little. That Aztec is not a tall bunker. It's quite little.
Yeah, he's pinched in.
He's pinched in. When I say this guy on that snake 2, snake 3 was peppering the hell out of the bunker, Caleb was like
and he ran through his bunker on the camera too.
Yeah, he ran to the bunker and just survived. Caleb is taking all these shots at him but not getting hit. And Caleb's just screaming, "Snakes on me! Snakes on me!" I'm trying to pinch the snake back in, man. He wasn't letting off. Eventually, he moves to the snake 50, the D side, and is fighting the D side. Dylan is staying exactly where he needs to be. Nothing's changing. I didn't yell out cross up. He's staying there. Thank you, Dylan. So the dude on the snake side moves to the 50 and starts shooting across at the Aztec again. So Caleb somehow shrinks his body and moves a little over and still doesn't get hit. The guy goes back on the wire to try to shoot Q. He sees Q, but Q is so hugged up against the bunker.
Hold on, I got to cut you off for a quick second.
I want to remind...
We got a call.
We got somebody calling into the studio. We got to see who this is. Soon as it comes through. Hello, you're on the air. Who's this?
Y'all got to get that damn man to stop talking for 5 seconds so somebody else can get a word in. Come on, Oscar. Let somebody else get a word in.
Listen, I'm genuinely impressed.
Steve, what's up?
I was like, I wonder how long we let him go for. This is perfect.
I'm almost done with the rounds. I'm just telling the story.
I love it. I like a good story. It's fine.
Steve, I got you.
Smooth.
Yo, Steve, say something. Say a little something. Come on, man. Everybody knows you.
Man.
Now it's my time to ramble for a minute, man. Let me tell you about these young men real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
These guys,
Do it.
these guys are pretty impressive. They're pretty inspiring young men. They they showed up to our field at Hornets Nest, and I'll be honest, I didn't really see some speedball players in those guys. They were a little rocky on the beginning, but they stayed dialed in. They came to the practices. They spent a lot of time with Josh. Josh Teller's great for drill nights with these guys. He's passionate with them. He's patient with them. But you could see that Oscar and Mike and Q and the guys, they just had a hunger for it. They just really were hungry to play the game, and it was in their eyes. It was in their behavior. I've been watching kids for 20 plus years play paintball, and I can tell right away when somebody's got it. And what they didn't have in the body language of a speedball player, they definitely had in the passion for the game and the love of the sport. So if you find that in a young person, you can chisel them into something that's going to be powerful. And I can't take a lick of credit for anything these guys have accomplished. They literally are an amazing, dynamic little group of guys. When I went with them for the event, I signed up to be their coach, and I immediately knew that they didn't need a coach. They were dialed in. They didn't need that. What they needed was faith, trust, and some inspiration. They needed to know that a guy in the game, as long as I've been in the game, is looking over their shoulder. Oscar gave me the respect of saying from the start of the day, the pouring rain, once they touched down on the ground, I didn't walk away until they were in the parking lot with the trophy. If you're a field owner, if you're out there and you got teams coming and playing at your field, you got to give back. They've got to look over their shoulders and see that you believe in them. And if you believe in them, they're going to go hard every second to try to get you the respect that you've been giving them for a long time. So I seriously, these guys are their own entity. You can see, like, and I'm going to say this and you're going to hear it the wrong way, but these guys are like a dynasty kind of deal where they're brothers. They're not going to let anybody crack that door open. They're friends. They believe in the original keep your boy alive on the field because we grew up on the streets, and that's how street boys do it. I grew up there too. They know it. But that's how street guys do. We keep each other alive. We keep each other safe. And if you just carry that into another sport like paintball, you're going to go really far. And like I told them before, now that they've got a little stardom, not to let it blow their heads up, not to let other people crack the door open and try to squeeze their way in or talk them off that team into another direction. What they've got is so wonderful and dynamic that this right here, you're going to hear a lot more about New York Khaos. I guarantee it. So
I hope so. I want to hear more muzzle shots, like more muzzle loading on guys.
I don't know if I can top that one.
Steve, you're the man. Thank you.
See, Brad's telling me now we're going to have to go to New York. I'm getting messages down here. I'm like, I can't cross the border.
I watched two amazing moments. One was the heart attack Q was giving my old ass, watching him play this out with that muzzle load and stuff. And Oscar wasn't lying, man. They timed it right. Oscar gave him the heads up where the gun went, and Q just knew it was that time to make the move. Me and Dylan's mom were standing there having like minor heart attacks. It was ridiculous. So on to the other one. Dylan, he jumped in there and made that life-saving, game-changing moment. I'll tell you what, ask his mom someday. I kept looking over at her with like, oh my God, deer in headlights. I know what paintball's all about. Holy crap, your kid just did that. Wow, your kid just did that. Like, it was amazing. So
The GOAT.
big shout out to you guys, man. I respect the heck out of what you're doing. Big shout out to you guys, man.
Thank you, Steve. We love you, man. You
We got
are
your back.
the man, dude. Yeah.
You know that.
I know
Amazing.
Steve says he
All right,
doesn't
I had to jump in
need
there
the
and do
credit
that
from us, but we give him.
dog, man. Keep going and be proud.
Thanks, Steve.
Keep going and be proud.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, man. And we know Steve says, I don't need the credit and all that. But we give credit to Steve. We give credit to Jesse. We give credit to Dale. Those guys at Hornets Nest. It's serious, and he's right. And I'll get to like that whole trust thing because there's more to us than obviously the win. But at the end of that match, so at the last round, this guy in the Snake 50, Dylan, the guy gets excited to try to kill Q. He extends over. Dylan takes his head off. And these guys are handling the Dorito side. You walk down, end up being 1 against 5. Unfortunately, on the run-up, Q just went up to try to bunker the guy. The guy was not at that bunker. He was on the Snake corner or the bunker that was on the end of the Snake beam. And he kills Dylan. Dylan tried to fill, or he was talking. I can't remember, but he got killed. But at that point, I just pinched that guy there. Ant and Caleb were running down the D side. There was no way. It just ended up happening. when Ant is approaching the buzzer, Caleb is ahead. He tells Ant, hit the buzzer. And Ant, correct me if I'm wrong when you see me, bro, but it was like unreal. You know, he's about to hit this buzzer. This is about to be number one. We were just talking about this months ago, like an idea, like, yo, let's just make our own team. Like,
Screw it. Let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah. So for me in that moment, I'm seeing it like, wow, this is really happening, or this is not really happening. It was so much that went through my head, and I couldn't tell what it was like in the pits where everyone's watching about to hit this buzzer. But the way he hits it, he's just like, you know, not the band, but, you know, thanks. And when he did the spin and the up and down, point approved, when I say our squad ran up on that field like we was at a parade in the city, or like we just won $1 million, man, they had to tell us to get off the field for real. They had to tell us to get off the pits and everything. Like, get out. Like, I'll say this now to us. We're the only team out of over 200 teams in that whole event that took a trophy back to New York. You know? And yeah, we're Division 5 and 5-man, but man, I can't express the hard work that these guys really put in. I mean, we were practicing against D3 squads, semi-pro squads in other places, all divisions. We've done good in our season, you know, already done well, but the amount of times we had to lose and be last place in a lot of places, and besides that, and to this is the unfortunate thing about being who we are and what we represent. When we go to fields anywhere, you know, there's this impression. There's this, oh, these guys are about to hit the woods, or, you know, to be unfortunately very real about it. Oh, these guys are about to have a barbecue. Yeah, when we pulled up on Sunday, they thought we were just out there like about to pull out a speaker set and the DJ set and start, you know, having a party. It's weird like that for us. It's
You just described
the wrong idea.
Speaker, we got booze. We're horrible, but we're also always in last place. I go out to have fun, so I don't compete. But when I go there to screw with people and have myself a little bit of fun, but you guys, you can taste the passion that Steve was talking about, and that fact that you guys are all from around New York, so you lads you're all boys. So you know the guy standing next to you. He doesn't need to make up. You were saying you don't want to give away your calls. He doesn't need to tell you what the call is. You already know. He just has to look at the bunker in a certain way, and you're like, shit, he's there. Okay, we got this. We got this.
And yeah, I mean, the way the communication was going, and after we won that first point that we ended up winning in the prelims, Q was like, yo, I'm locked. I'm like, I know you hear me. He's like, I hear you. It was crazy. We do have that. Like, we don't use advanced code and calls on the field. We have a few, but our real calls and communication is our chemistry that we already have. Yeah. Like, when Mike and Q's on the field with each other, they don't even have to say nothing. And they're on other sides of the field. When I'm on the field with Mike, or when me and Ant is on one side of the field, it doesn't matter. Because all of us, and I'm telling you, all of our so stupid. all of our guys, whether they played that day or not, when it comes to us being on the field, we're all dogs. You know, we're killing them out there because our lives between each other come first, and them on the other side, much respect and all that, but we're bodying everybody on the other side, or we're gonna put up a hell of a fight if you're trying to dog us. It's just not gonna be easy. You know, so
this is another reason we got to go to the Hornets Nest, Brad.
I'm telling you, man. I want to go.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
You can go. You're not the one with the border crossing problem. I am.
Right? No. So far, anyways, we'll see what happens in the future. But no, just we need to go because one, we talked to Steve ages ago, and I was like, we need to go to the Hornets Nest. Sounds like an amazing field. Now, two, it's like, man, we're gonna need to go to the Hornets Nest because I want to drink with these boys. Like, I think you guys would be a hoot to hang
Hell
out with.
yeah.
Lammy, these guys.
Oh,
They're from New York.
oh,
They can bring me the best sandwiches.
well,
He's from the
you
Bronx.
could
There's
drink
good
with
delis
you
down there,
could-
man. I'm fat.
Listen, you could drink with Abu Eddie, Marvin. You could, light with Q. You could cook up with all
Get
of us.
lifted, boys. I
Listen,
like
man,
that.
it's. I mean,
Let's
this
do
is
it.
that New York energy. I mean, we
Man,
just
we're gonna
vibe
have to
out,
figure it
man.
out.
We just ourselves
Good
on and off
vibes,
the field.
man.
You know,
Good vibes.
and we talk.
Yeah.
And we're always talking. It's like me and Q talked for like an hour the other day. I don't even know what we was talking about. But you don't want to see our chat. You can imagine what our group chats are like.
Oh, she's
Because we all have those groups, but they are.
Yeah, it's perfect. Just let him go. Just turn the mic on. Let the man go. It's like, yeah, I could have gone and made a
This is the
sandwich.
easiest episode I've ever done.
Awesome.
Pull up, y'all.
Marvin in the
Strip clubs
chat.
and paintball. I like Marvin. Marvin, you are a king.
Yeah.
It's no, but we're cool, and I mean we rep very hard. I just want to say what we represent. You could definitely pull up anytime on this mic or Q, but I want to make it clear when people talk to us or they ask like, what do we represent? We represent those people, those wannabe players or players who don't have any idea about paintball. I didn't grow up knowing anything about paintball. I'm older, just found out about paintball 2 years ago. We represent those who don't know anything about paintball or have little access from places where they can't travel or commute or can't afford it, nor have the guidance.
Yeah.
I'm in Harlem. I grew up in the Bronx. I wish there was paintball around me because all the stuff that could stop happening in the areas I grew up in, the killings, the violence, and all that stuff. I know this sport has saved a lot of lives in those communities where those communities do have access.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying people don't have problems on the other side, but we know what problems that we face from where we grew up, how we look, how we talk, all these things, and we represent those players. We just found out about paintball just straggling along. I mean, I went to some indoor thing in Brooklyn and it was 50 cal. And I'm like, wow, this is like Call of Duty. I want to look at this more. I ended up doing a big game, Invasion of Normandy in skirmish. That was my first official 68 caliber paintball game. And I was like, wow, I got killed by a tank, but I want to do this more. Found high velocity, went with my partner's family. And I knew Mike for a long time from just personal life. He told me he did paintball. I said, all right, I went to this place called High Velocity. I love it. Let's go. Or he's like, all right, let's go. I pulled with my boy Duck. Shout out to Duck. My boy Steve. Shout out to Steve. All those guys are killers. Steve. And then we came across Q. So funny how we saw Q. The guy James, who was the manager there. I love James, man. James Timmy are my guys, and James like, hey, you gotta see this guy. He goes by Gilly, but he's cute. That's cute.
I used to wear a ghillie suit.
Gilly, wearing a Gilly suit. So, man, when we just connected and then we met Eddie and Marvin at High Velocity, we met all these people at High Velocity. We just, let's do the Western map. Let's do all these maps. Man, it just somehow brought us together. And what brought us together more than just paintball is that we come from very common grounds between each other. And when I learned about speedball, that element, I was on Facebook and I just joined groups. Paintball, yada, yada, yada. I saw a New York or a East Coast speedball group and I saw Hornets Nest posted tryouts, New York Infectious. I'm like, okay, tryouts. Hey, Mike, you want to try it? He's like, yeah, sure. Drove out 2 hours up from the city, and unfortunately for Q, that's 3 hours and all the guys. We tried out, and I can tell you, in this D4, D5 tryouts, when the coach at the time asked me, he's like, so I'm going to do these drills. I just want to see how you do. Are you a one player or two, or are you a back? I was like, well, I played like 5 times. I was like, what the hell is 1-2 back player or whatever? He said, he told me how to slide him on me.
So, fellas, hate to cut you off, but
we didn't know anything.
We're out of time.
Hate to cut you off, but
Our time. We could continue another
Hour
time.
gone just like
Q,
that.
say his speech. Mike, say some things, man.
Come on, K, man.
You know, I'm just proud of my boys. That's really what it is, man. I'm just proud of my boys, man. New York Chaos. You know, we got the trophy. There you go.
Like,
Got a little glare there, but you know what I mean? There we go. You know, but we got the first place. So
Woo.
Mike works very hard, man.
Love it.
Q,
Love it.
send it off, man.
Yo, big things, man. Big things in the future to come, man. Like, hey, y'all gonna see us a lot. Y'all gonna see us the work we're putting in, everything we doing, how much we want to play in the sport, how much we want to do in the sport. You're definitely gonna see a lot of us. You're gonna hear a lot of us. That's just what we're gonna make happen. We're gonna make it happen. You're gonna see a lot of us.
Amazing.
That's right.
All right.
We're doing every NHL event.
Fun for this squad. A lot of fun for this squad.
Wicked. All right,
Follow
folks.
New York Chaos on Instagram. It's just New York Chaos, Chaos with a K.
Awesome. Yep. Give them a
Thank
follow,
you.
folks. It's been a blast having you guys on.
Awesome. Yep, give
We'll
them a
have to keep tabs on you, and we'll have you on when you get your next win. And maybe we'll get Steve on at the same time. I think that'd be fun. But that's it, folks, right here. So thanks to everyone who hung out with us, chit-chatting, and
That's it, folks, right here.
Yeah.
So thank
And that's it. We're out of here. So till next week, folks. Cheers.
NYK, keep it.
keep it.